Alrighty, good morning, everyone. Today we continue on with the anatomy of the endocrine system. First, let's know what we're going to learn about the endocrine system. It's a vast system, like all other systems. It has many complicated processes if we dive deeper into it. But for our purposes, for massage therapy, we are focusing more on identifying these glands, okay? And identifying location. Where are they located? We're going to list those hormones which associated with each of the endocrine glands. So each gland is releasing hormones. Doesn't mean one hormone, it can release more maybe than one hormone. So we're going to go through those. And then we're going to list the principal function. So we just need to know what is the function of each gland. Where are they located? And what they're associated with. So it's pretty simple, but you might have, it might be a little bit too many words. So the way we make this simpler for us is we're going to start to create flashcards for each gland, and we're going to create the names that's associated or the hormones that's associated with each gland on a card. Okay. So these glands, the endocrine glands, are specialized glands. So they affect many processes in the body, from growth, growing up, from development, sexual activity, and the health of the entire body. So they play a role from the head to the sexual organs. Now, their job is to assist the nervous system in regulating the body's processes. So they work closely in pretty much communication. So the nervous system is a communicating system. It helps us communicate between the external and internal environment and between the glands and the hormones and other nerves. So that is the job of the nervous system. And the endocrine system, they're kind of buddies. Yeah, they kind of work together to create homeostasis, and whatever the body needs, the glands will release, and like that. So these are specialized organs, and they vary in size and function. So each gland, different size, different function, and they act like chemical factory, just like a pharmacy. Think of it as a pharmaceutical, natural pharmaceutical factory in the body. Each hormone will create some sort of a hormone that will allow the body to do something specific, digest something, increase heart rate, lower heart rate, whatever the body needs to balance between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Okay, and so it removes also constituents from the blood to produce specialized secretions. That means these glands will pull nutrition or whatever it needs from the blood to create those special secretions for whatever job that it needs the body to do. Now we have a brief idea of what the endocrine system does. Now there is two glands that we need to talk about. One called exocrine with an EX, and one is called endocrine. The difference is what? One is with ducts, one is ductless. That means one it sends the secretions through a channel to be released, where the endocrine one is ductless. That means it's going to spread or release to the blood. Okay, so the nervous system is different. It kind of sends impulses, and the impulses will tell the body to secrete certain ions for contraction or for whatever the function of the nervous system wants to do. So it works much faster, the nervous system. The endocrine system works through the channels of the blood. So the speed of the secretions and how they work in the body is according to the cycle of the blood. So again, exocrine with a duct, that could be like your sweat glands on the skin, right? The sebum and the sweat, okay? The oil, the hair oil, the oil that gets secreted in the scalp, for example, goes through an exocrine gland. The ones that we're going to talk about mainly is going to be endocrine gland, and these are the ones the secretion is going to be sent out to the blood. Cool. So hormones are chemical substances manufactured by a endocrine gland. So they are called chemical messengers. So they are chemicals. In the nervous system, we call them neurotransmitters. Okay. In the endocrine system, we call them hormones. They are also chemical messengers. And they act on a specific issue for doing a specific thing to influence a certain processes. Either way, the whole idea is to get the body to come to homeostasis, balance. Okay? Okay, if you want to follow along, maybe you can open your book if you want to. Otherwise, I will wait for the exercise after the lecture. And you can see the list of all the hormones. Okay, there's a table of the glands you can find in your book on page 261. That's the new book. The old book is somewhere here, and it would be, so if you have this book that I sent to you, it's going to be on this page. After the nervous system is the endocrine system. Just takes a moment. Give you the right page. Okay, endocrine system, my friends, is at 240. And this is the graph or the table that would help you a lot creating those flashcards. And as I'm talking through the lecture, you can look into the functions and the name of the hormone and the exact name glands.
269, the pages from yesterday you gave us or from the computer?
It's right here. If you look at my screen, it says 241. 241 from the ebook.
That you sent it at the beginning, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The ebook I sent from the beginning.
Let me see 241 if I have this, the
Okay.
right one.
Okay. Message me through the chat since we're recording, okay? Alrighty. And if you have the regular book, it's 261. All right. Let's continue. Okay. So we talked, one of the glands is the hypothalamus. So we have glands in our brain. We have glands in our throat. We have glands in the center of the body, right? Like on top of the kidneys. We have also glands where our sexual organs are. So we have glands throughout the whole cavities of the body. The hypothalamus, it's part of the brain, positions at the inferior portion of the dicephalon, which is the center brain, which is behind the eyes, third eye, behind the left and right hemispheres, okay? Now, plays a major role in controlling the pituitary gland. Now, the pituitary gland, we talked about, it's the master gland, because this pituitary gland in the brain controls or sends or communicates through all the other glands in the body. Releases hormones or inhibits hormones. It can stop them or release them. And it influences the hormones in the bloodstream, like we said. All right. And it has two lobes, I forgot to mention. It has a frontal lobe and a posterior lobe. It helps also with the growth of bones, which is the growth hormone, right, of bones and muscles and organs. And I think it's better I walk you through it right now so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So we have anterior and a posterior. That would be easier for you guys to see.
What to do in my case? I don't have it in
Okay.
my page.
Okay. You have it somewhere, but because you're not very familiar with the book, I'm gonna have it here, and that's why I'm just gonna, you can look at the screen, and we're just gonna look together at the hormones. Okay? So let's do the exercise together, actually. Let's do step by step, make life much easier if you don't have the books. You don't need anything, you just have it right here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're not gonna use all the 12, but get some 12 cards. We can do them right now because I think that'll be the best way to go through this with you guys. So get some flashcards and I'm gonna walk you through each gland and what it does. And you can write with me as we go along. And if you don't want to write, you can just take a look at the book. Okay, the book is right there. So we start with the pituitary gland, the master gland, and it's located in the deep part of the brain. It's the master gland because it has many hormones that secrete and stimulate. So we're going to talk about these two, okay? Now it regulates the secretions from the hypothalamus, correct? And it has an anterior lobe and a posterior lobe, meaning it has a frontal and a posterior aspect of it. Now, the anterior lobe, it secretes, so let's look at the anterior lobe. It secretes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hormones. The one you're probably most familiar with is your human growth hormone, GHD, which help us as we are in our development years. It's going to help us grow. Okay, so let's start with first card, and you can write anterior pituitary gland. And we can write the hormones. Start with the most popular ones. You can write the thyroid stimulating hormone, the TSH, which stimulates the thyroid to produce thyroxine. So the thyroid gland, we know it affects metabolism of the body. So the anterior pituitary gland will produce THC or thyroid stimulating hormone. In brackets, the function is going to be production of thyroxine. Or you can highlight it or write it down as you see fit. Okay, so pretty much growth, bones, organs, all these things are affected by this gland. Now, let's talk about the next one, which is the where is it? The first one right here, ACTH, okay, which is adenocorticotrophin, if you can read the whole thing, but make it easy, ACTH. So it stimulates the adrenal cortex to produce cortisol hormone. Cortisol, right? It's a hormone of the sympathetic nervous system. And it aids in protecting the body in stressful situations. So when there is stress, cortisol is supposed to be released to help us adjust body functions, increasing maybe the sugar level in the blood, so the body has the energy for demand. Okay, and people that, for example, lose a lot, can't lose weight. Haven't you heard about this? Oh, your cortisol is too high, you can't lose weight. Cortisol is too high, you can't lose weight. Because when your cortisol is released, you technically high blood sugar. Okay. and it stimulates the adrenal cortex. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, which is the one I have here. Prolactin, where are you? Okay, so we got the ACTH, we got the TSH. This is also the follicle stimulating hormone, stimulate growth and hormone activity of the ovarian follicles, right? It has to do more with the sexual organs. Alrighty, on the same card, write HGH, which is the human growth hormone, which promotes growth of all the body tissue. Okay, prolactin, or here it's called lactogenetic hormone. We call it prolactin, that's the word that goes with it. And that stimulates secretion of milk by mammary glands. So as you can see here, this anterior pituitary gland, it responds to stress and also to growth, right? All of these stimulate to growth, to metabolism and how the body burns energy, and in secretion of milk for newborn babies. These are enough if you have written these. Now, if you don't write what I'm telling you now, and you're gonna come later and tell me you're confused, is because you're not doing the work that I'm asking you to do. So I urge you to follow along with how the class is done. Everybody got their method and everybody got way of learning as well. So I try to do more than one way: visual, hearing, writing, drawing, trying. So it's a comprehensive program. You have to do it all together. Okay, so that's the anterior pituitary gland. So let's write on those cards, these are the master gland, the pituitary. Now this is the anterior. The posterior has just a couple of two hormones that we are going to work with. One is called ADH, which is anti-diuretic hormone. I'm trying to go slow so I give you a chance to write. So can I, yeah.
Excuse me, it's just that I cannot see what you are showing on the screen. For some reason, I just see the same thing. If you are showing like this, the hormones and stuff, I cannot see that.
You don't see you don't see my screen? You don't see the graph that I have?
I don't either. I've been following on my book though.
No, I've been following you by hearing because I just see like the resume that you got. Now I can see it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Now I can see you.
Speak up, people. Speak up.
well, I thought that maybe you were just going off of, I don't know.
Same. I thought you were going off the same book I was going from.
Okay, no,
I saw a slide.
it's okay.
Oh,
It's
it's
right.
not
That's why let's always stay positive so we don't
It's not enough, okay.
okay? So I urge you all to stay positive so we don't mess up the energy or the flow. So now, do you see this? Okay, we're gonna start from the top again. And I'm gonna stop this recording and I'm gonna start it again. So everything now we're gonna talk about is going to be from this table, and we're going to create flashcards together. So if you haven't done them, we're going to do them right now. We're going to take our time. Maybe I'll adjust it later. I'll take the, okay, no problem. Just keep going. I'll adjust. Okay, let's start again from the top. Endocrine glands and the hormones that are secreted by the endocrine gland, one by one. We talked about, we're going to start actually with the master gland, which is the pituitary gland. There is an anterior
I see only your face, actually. I don't see any page from you.
Okay, you don't see the book? You don't see the
No,
book?
I don't see the book. I
No,
see
we're
my
seeing
face
your
and your
face.
face.
There we go.
Now, yes.
Now, yes, yeah.
Perfect. Alrighty, let's continue. So the master gland is the pituitary gland. Anterior portion, we start with ACTH, and that is responsible for stimulation of the adrenal cortex, which is located on top of your kidneys. And it's one of its main functions is the production of cortisol hormone. When we're in a stressful situation, cortisol, or when we're in the sympathetic state, cortisol gets released. So it can adjust the body's function for the fight or flight, like injury situation, stuff like that, okay? So it's gonna increase, like I said, blood sugar and help, the body in the sympathetic state. Second one here, that's also important, is the TSH, which is a thyroid stimulating hormone. Now, our thyroid are in our throat, and it stimulates the hormone thyroxine. The thyroid, gland produces thyroxine, but in this case, a gland telling a gland to release. That's why it's a master gland, because this gland is telling the thyroid gland to produce thyroxine, okay? The TSH, which is the follicle stimulating hormones, has to do more of the activity or the growth and activity in the sexual organs in the ovaries and testes, which you find, of course, in the organs, sexual organs of the body. Now we have growth hormone of HGH, which is human growth hormone, which is promote growth of all body tissue. Sometimes people, as they age, that hormone tend to, of course, almost diminish, or it releases really, really little hormone. So some people, I actually tried it briefly just to see the effect of taking human growth hormones, and it really helps energy level. It helps with your skin and tissue and strength and all that stuff. So as we get older, the human growth hormone starts to become less and less.
Why?
Because we don't need it anymore. As we are younger, we need to grow. So the hormone grows it's abundant. Since we are done growing, then the body stops producing as much human growth hormones. And it doesn't get challenged as well. So that's why exercise, lifting weights, help in sustaining the human growth hormones. Okay?
Okay.
All righty. Then we have prolactin. Prolactin, on the other hand, what does it do? There's another name for it, but prolactin is the name we'll go with. It helps stimulate the milk for newborn, for the newborn baby, for the mother. Okay, let me put that this way. I can see everybody. Okay, awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody so far so good? Okay, let's continue here. The posterior one, we have two, ADH and oxytocin. So it's an antidiuretic hormone. Promotes reabsorption of water to the kidneys, okay, and stimulates smooth muscle tissue of the blood vessels. And oxytocin, which causes more than one benefit to it, but it causes contraction or muscles of the pregnant uterus to go back to normal, shrink back to normal, and causes the ejaculation of milk from the mammary glands. Also, oxytocin, it's the hormone, the love hormone too. When you're in love, oxytocin gets released. When you get a hug from your mother, oxytocin gets released, or your loved ones. Massage actually stimulates the oxytocin, the production of oxytocin too. When it's a feel-good massage, not when it's a painful massage, okay? Okay, next, let's create a third card, and it's going to be for the pineal gland. Pineal gland, we've heard of melatonin. People take melatonin so they can fall asleep. So pineal gland helped the body to regulate sleep and regulate circadian rhythm. So it's sleep cycle, okay? Alrighty, let's go to the thymus, and then we'll go to the picture and show you each one of those. And the hormone for the, and I'll create another card completely different for the thymus. Okay. Thymosin, which is important in the development of T lymphocytes and the major part of the immune system. So remember when we talked about the lymphatic system, and in the immune system, we talked about the white blood cells as they migrate from the bone marrow to the thymus to develop to become B cells, right? So lymphocytes are lymph cells that develop to be more fighting cells for the immune system. Tend to be also larger in children, and as you get older, it shrinks. All right. Let's do another card. And that card would be for the adrenal cortex. And the adrenal cortex is the two glands that sit on your kidneys, right on top of your kidneys. So they're located in the mid part of the body. Okay, so the thymus has endocrine and lymphatic functions, and in most people, it's active, like we said, until puberty, and then starts to diminish. The hormone produces several hormones essential in the development for the immune system. That's the thymus, in case I didn't mention that. Okay, let's go here and create the adrenal cortex with these three hormones. The cortisol, which aids in metabolism of carbohydrates, proteins, and fat, and active during stress, just like we mentioned earlier. So it plays a big part in, when we come to the digestive system, we'll come across this cortisol thing again. But it aids in stressful situations. And aldosterone, it aids in regulating electrolytes in the body.
Can you please repeat the last flashcard?
Okay, the thymus?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, no problem. So with the thymus, first let's talk about, I don't know if I said, but location. So it's located behind the sternum. It's larger when you're an adult, when you're a child, and it shrinks as you age and become a full adult. So the thymus functions as pretty much, where is it? As in the development of lymphocytes, okay? So it helps the immune system, in other words. So this gland matured the T cells to become the white blood cells to become B and T cells. So regular white blood cells that are stored in the bone marrow, they migrate to the thymus and to develop into T and B lymphatic cells to help fight disease. So pretty much it helps in your immunity, the thymus. It's one of the organs also of the immune system. And that's why it can get really kind of a little bit confusing because some organs are in this system, but they're also part of another system too. So some organs have multiple functions, just like with the brain. So again, that's why I want to keep this like super precise on what you need to learn for the exam and what you need to learn to help you understand massage therapy better. Cool? Okay, let's write the next card, adrenal cortex. Adrenal cortex. So first location is on top of the kidneys, both kidneys. And there is a cortex, which is the outer layer of it, and there's a medulla, which is the center of the gland. Okay, each one check something different. So aids in metabolism of what? Carbohydrates. Oh, so one of the hormones. Okay, and this one too. So these two are going to be on the same flashcards if you like, because you have the adrenal cortex and the adrenal medulla, which is the medulla is inside the adrenal cortex. So let's do the adrenal cortex first. Write those down. So the electrolytes are going to be your minerals, right? Like sodium and potassium. So beside the adrenal cortex, beside dealing with stressful situation to release whatever chemicals is needed to deal with the situation, it helps in metabolizing or breaking down the macronutrients, but also regulates the micronutrients, which are the minerals, potassium and sodium. Okay, now the next one, which is the medulla, or medulla, whichever one. It has two hormones here. Epinephrine, which probably heard of before, and norepinephrine. Both are gonna react to the sympathetic state or the fight or flight state, the stressful state. So what does those hormones, when they're released, what do they do?
Sorry, Miss Summer. This one's also on the kidneys, right?
Yes. So I'm going to show you the picture and you're going to see. So the adrenal cortex, so imagine this square looking thing on top of the kidney. So the adrenal cortex is the outer portion and the medulla is the inner portion of that gland. Okay, so and that adrenal medulla is these two hormones. So you can tell the adrenal cortex has to do a lot with dealing with stress and energy expenditure and breaking down energy, and then macros and regulating the micro or the electrolytes. So it's pretty crucial. Now, what you need to understand or like know and realize that it increases blood pressure, right? And heart rate. That's usually what happens when we are in a stressful situation or in a flight or flight. So it technically makes you, you know, if somebody's being, for example, somebody's chasing you, calling your name, you don't know them, and they're coming at you, you know, that would be a stressful situation. That would increase your heart rate. And blood pressure is preparing you for the flight or possibly fight. Somebody comes on your door knocking and you get a cop, aggressive cop, okay, or somebody, you know, that would also prepare you for the sympathetic reaction, which is fight or flight. It could be also a simple argument where it's just words, and that could also stimulate the epinephrine. So stress doesn't have to be, we say fight or flight, doesn't have to be physical. It can be in all forms. But the body functions, doesn't tell a difference. It prepares the body for the same thing regardless. Okay, let's move on to the pancreas. And the pancreas has those islets, pancreatic islets. And there's two hormones there. People that are diabetic, they will have challenges in these secretions of these hormones. Okay, so for the pancreas, you can write pancreatic islets, okay? Insulin is the first one. So what does insulin do? When sugar comes in, insulin comes into play. So aids transport of glucose into cells. So from the bloodstream to the cell, required for cellular metabolism of food, regulating glucose and decreasing blood sugar level. So if we just eat and we don't have insulin, then we have no way to bring that glucose into the cell, into the blood, so it can go to the cell. We won't be able to use the sugar unless insulin comes in to facilitate the breakdown of the sugar, which is glucose. Okay. Glucagon, on the other hand, stimulates the liver to release glucose, thereby increasing blood sugar level. All right, so write these two down. 2 cards is okay. Almost done with the glands. Let me make sure that I got everything here. Okay, we're still writing, or are we good?
Sorry, where would this one be located? I mean, I know where it's located in the, like if I'm looking at
Pancreas. The pancreas is a gland. Like the pancreatic isolates in the pancreas are the ones that specifically do. Okay. So energy is stored in the liver and also stored in the muscles too. So the sugar that we use for mainly energy. And when we were in the sympathetic state, we need more sugar than we need when we're relaxed. So you can either get it from our stored supply in the liver or muscles. And that's where glucagon comes in. So it's like a more complex form of glucose. Cool. Now the pancreas is done. Let's move to the parathyroid. These are 4 glands, okay, behind the thyroid gland. It regulates exchange of calcium between blood and bones and increases calcium level in blood. So besides using calcium and for our bone health and all that, we use calcium for a lot of the muscle contractions in the body. Okay, so muscle contraction require calcium. Our heart requires calcium. So the parathyroid gland help with that, okay? And releasing and regulating the release of calcium. Alrighty. Next, the thyroid gland itself. You've seen a lot of people with thyroid issues, right? Hyperthyroidism, hypothyroidism, all that stuff. So it has mainly to do with our body's metabolism, the way our temperature, how we regulate our temperature, our physical activity, all that. So the one here we're talking about the hormone in the thyroid gland is going to be thyroxine and or T3 audiothyrorin, if you can get that mouthful. Usually they just call it T3. Okay, increases metabolic rate, influences both physical and mental activities, and required for both growth. So if you're hyper, that means your body is burning faster than it needs to. So you're gonna get exhausted. Also, hyper, they affect your pretty much everything from your breath to the energy level to your hair, to your skin, to all of these things. So it's very common with women. And it also regulates the oxygen. So you'll have a hard time with breathing. I actually had it. It was terrible. And I had it not as a major symptom. I mean, it was to me, but it was not very, didn't show that much. I had a little goiter here, but I would say this is probably the sickest I've ever been. And some people say, it's like a minerals of some sort. Disease has many aspects to it. It's not just like the physical part, but what helped for me to get over that was simply just the positivity, breathing, singing, and complete relaxation. So when we get to the point of disease, that means our body had it to the max of tolerating any sort of negativity from the environment, mental, physical, spiritual, whatever it is. So this tends to be a lot with women. Iodine is also a good iodine or sea moss or anything with high minerals is very good. And positive vibration for the throat will relax the gland, because the glands are made out of epithelial tissue. So it's not tough. It doesn't get hard or anything. It's very soft, but like smooth. It's very smooth. Okay, and then we have the next one. I don't think they're probably, yeah, maybe they'll ask you about it. So it's calcitonin, and that decreases calcium levels. So it's going to work hand in hand with the parathyroid to regulate the calcium level in the blood. So what else? We talked about hypothyroidism or goiter. Graves' disease is another form for the hyperthyroidism too. Alrighty, next we got the everything's written down so far on the flashcards. Cool. Alrighty, we talked about the thymus as well. Okay, the last, there's nothing really much left. Here we go. So the ovaries and the testes, these are your sexual organs. The ovaries, they will secrete estrogen, which stimulates growth of primary sex organ. That's what's going to make you a female with the tubes and all that. And it's going to develop the secondary organs, which is the breast and the menstrual cycle. And in the ovaries, you got also progesterone. So you got two. And that stimulates the secretion of the mammary gland, preparing the uterus lining for implantment, for preparing for the ovum, which is for the pregnancy, and to maintain the pregnancy still. So the ovaries have estrogen and progesterone, and the testes got testosterone, and what makes the male male, plus any secondary characteristics like, the hair, the deep voice, and sperm maturation. Placenta, of course, only in women. and that stimulates the ovaries to release progesterone during early pregnancy. So of course it's there, it's planted because of the pregnancy, and to keep the uterus connected with the fetus during pregnancy for, nutrition, all that stuff. Cool. So we got all of these down on flashcards, hopefully.
Kind of. I can't write as fast as you're speaking, but yes, I'm following.
Okay. I can bring that back, or do you have your book with you? Or I can bring that page back and give you a moment to write.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm writing down the placenta now. So
Cool. So let's take a look at the graph a little bit and see that there is glands all over the body. Okay. The main master is in the brain, as the brain is the master of the body. Okay. We got the parathyroid and thyroid, that's going to be in the neck. Okay. Cervical area. Thymus is going to be in the chest area. We got the pancreas and the adrenal cortex, which is on top of the kidney. So you can see the kidney right here. Okay. And we got the cortex, which is the outer layer of that gland. And the medulla is the center. So this is an important gland when it comes to sympathetic response system, okay? And then after that, we got what? The testes and ovaries. These are very simple. Even the reproductive system is very simple. It's fun. So just realize there's one in our deep brain in the middle, in the throat, behind the chest, above or below the abdomen, around that area, okay? So these are the centers of the glands, and sometimes they correlate as well with the chakras of the body, okay? If you have a stuck chakra or the chakra disease in your chakra, it will affect those areas or those glands in those areas. Okay. So briefly on the disorders. Actually, before I do the disorders, it would be nice if you if we take a pause here. And yeah, talking about the disorders as well. So we'll do disorders in a moment. First, let's go through the workbook. See page 159, if you can open the workbook. And to get us all kind of somewhat on the same track. So 159 and 160, do you guys see those in the workbook? Good. So while you guys fill these out, I'm going to take pictures of the workbook so I can put it on the screen without the answers, okay? Like the way you have it, so we can do it together and fill the spaces together. Okay, so you got here page 159, glands that have tubes or ducts that carry their secretion to a particular part of the body are called what? It was on the first slide. Very simple. If you did your word review, you have wrote those down. And then what are the other ones too? On number 2 and number 3 is the chemical substance. What is it called? And the nervous system we call neurotransmitter. And the endocrine system, they're called something else. Okay, then you can do the identification. See if you could do it on your own. If you cannot do it on your own, don't do it. Wait for us. When we come back in about 10 minutes, we're gonna do it together, okay? And then you have to identify the parts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 glands on page 160. You're gonna identify them. Does that make sense? Cool. Let's take about 10 minutes. Probably should be less. Turn off your computer, your screen. When you're finished, turn on your screen. This way I know that you are done with those 2 pages.
Summer, can you put the page numbers in the chat? It's just in the workbook, right? The
Absolutely.
correspondence. Okay, thank you. Thank.
Miss Summer, I do have to be somewhere at 1, so I'll be stepping out at 12:30, just so you know. Which is probably when you're coming back, right?
Yeah, well, a little bit before 1:30, 5 minutes. So just leave at 1:30.
No, 12:30.
Oh,
I have to be
12:30.
somewhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna try as I'm driving just to listen to you guys so I can have an idea of what's going on, if that's okay.
Yeah, but be careful.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Try if you have time, unless you're getting ready to go. But if you have time to
No.
do 2 pages, do
I'm
them.
ready to, I'm already dressed, ready to go. It just, I was gonna
Okay,
tell
so
you.
you're done for the day. Okay, hon. Sounds good.
Okay.
Here. So it's a 1-page thing. The picture is on 160, and 59 is like super simple. We'll do them together. We need less than 10 minutes. It's very simple. Alrighty, who finished? Okay.
I could use like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know.
I'm finished.
All right. Who else needs a minute?
I need a minute.
Cool.
Me too.
Me three. All right, you're just bringing up the document here so you can see the same thing. So, okay, while this downloads this century. Who wants to go with the first one and read it and answer it?
I'll go first.
Awesome, Tony. Okay, number one. I'll open it in a second here. My computer's acting up. I live in an old building. Okay, so it says here, the first one, glands that have tubes or ducts that carry their secretions to a particular body part are called what? Anybody knows the name of these glands? The one that send their secretion through a duct? All right, I'm back. Let me share the screen, and then we can do this together. Okay, anybody figured out the answer for the first one? What kind of gland they're called?
Glands that have tubes or ducts that carry their secretions to a particular part of the body are duct glands,
Correct. And they're called
or exocrine.
exocrine, or both are correct. Yes. Come on.
Glands that depend on the blood and lymph to carry their secretions to various affected tissues are endocrine glands.
Endocrine, correct. Endocrine. Okay, and what is the chemical substance manufactured by the endocrine system? What do we call those?
Hormones.
Hormones. And what do we call them in the nervous system?
In the nervous system.
Neurotransmitters, okay?
Oh,
When the
okay.
nervous system wants to communicate with another gland or muscle or another neuron, it does it through a neurotransmitter. So the neurotransmitter is where it gets released through the synapse. Remember the synapse? Is where, yes, is where the terminal connects to either gland, muscle, or another neuron through a chemical called neurotransmitter. That's the chemical that makes something work. I mean, does its function. In the endocrine system, they're called hormones. Correct? Okay?
Okay.
Again, so we don't lose the idea. Glands that have ducts are considered exocrine or duct glands, like the sweat and sebum and oil glands. They are ducts, okay? Now, the ones that glands that depend on the lymph and the blood to carry their secretions, that means that's the medium that the hormone is going through, is the endocrine glands. And the chemical substance is called hormone. Okay, now here identifying from 1 to 9 those. Everybody got them right? First one is your testes, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Second one is your adrenal gland. We got that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 3 is the parathyroid.
Yes.
There's 3 behind the thyroid. Yeah. And the fourth one is thyroid, correct?
Yes.
Okay. This little P shape is your pineal. Yeah,
Pineal.
correct.
Pineal gland.
Pineal gland 6.
Pituitary.
Pituitary. So if we get closer to here, we see that it hangs down from the hypothalamus. Okay. And we have a posterior and anterior. Good. Number 7,
Thymus.
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 Number 8,
Pancreas.
Pancreas.
correct. And number 9,
Ovaries.
beautiful.
Ovaries.
Yes. So we got 2 here in the lower, 2 in the abdomen, 2 in the throat and neck, and 2 in the brain. Okay? 2, 2, 2, 2. Well, that would be 10. How did I come up with this number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8. I came up with 8. There's 9. Correct. The parathyroid is the 9. All right. So let's come to this part right here. So the posterior and pituitary, so pituitary, anterior, posterior, they hang from where? So their location is they hang from the bottom of a hormone producing organ, which is
Is it the
Hypothalamus.
Yeah.
hypothalamus, correct.
Oh, hypothalamus, never mind.
Hypothalamus. Okay, 11. This is present only in pregnant women. So from the list of the hormones or the glands, let's say glands, there is one gland that is just in pregnant women.
Placenta.
Correct. Now, what are the 4 glands behind the thyroid?
Parathyroid.
Correct. Okay. So if you did the flashcards, the next part should be easy. Either we do it together, or if you want the time to do it, we can. So we're talking about the adrenal cortex, medulla, and the medulla, pituitary gland, anterior, posterior. We have the ovaries and testes, the pancreas and thymus, thyroid, parathyroid, and the pineal. We got all of them in here. Now, all these glands produce all these hormones. If you had your cards, it'd be very easy to figure this out. If you don't, then you need to go to the book. So, shall we do it together? Or do you want the time to do it?
Я ее не понимаю вообще. Она меня
I'd
заебала.
rather do it on my own.
You're going to do it on your own? Okay.
Вот это.
Don't forget
короче,
to soap, please.
Come again? She was not talking to me. Okay. So these are all
вот
the
это
hormones
это
that we
плату
talked
там
about.
больше, блядь.
So you can get this graph out if you have this in your book. If not, you can take a picture from here, from your phone, and then you can have it and try to find. So all these
Смотри,
names are here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So Leslie's still here.
I'm about to leave. I did it last night because I thought it was homework. Can I take a screenshot and send it to you and make sure I did it right?
Yeah.
она мне дала 166,
Don't go. I
160,
prefer you don't go.
160,
I know.
166. А здесь
Okay, no problem. Okay, so now, okay, so who's left? All right, whoever is here. Okay, so everybody wants time. Kelly, you want time to do this on your own?
Yeah, I could do it on my own too.
Amazing,
Yes.
even better. So do that, take 6 minutes, and then we go 1 page at a time. It's just much easier, okay?
okay.
Okay.
Miss Summer, till what time are you staying on?
Till 3. today.
Okay, so I'll log back on because I should be
Oh,
back by
okay.
like 1:45.
I hope so. Okay, Habibti, go. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Insulin. Thyroxine. Hmm. Gonadotropic hormones. I'm gonna say
Hey, it's just 161 for now. Is it just 161 for now?
Sorry, I thought was unmuted. Unmuted. Yes. Done?
I just finished, yes.
Okay. Order. Done. Okay. Did you do flashcards or you went to the table?
I'm working on them.
It's okay. I was just figuring out what was easier for you to find answers from. You guys feeling good?
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see who got those right. And on the next one, we'll do it together. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's start with those first. Prolactin.
Pituitary,
C, anterior lobe.
posterior,
The prolactin,
yeah, no?
found it in the book as posterior, and it's anterior.
Anterior.
Okay.
Yeah, so it says it next, right?
Yeah, it's anterior, correct? You found it like that too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We'll do it together. Awesome. Okay, aldosterone.
Adrenal
Correct.
cortex.
Yes. All right. Some of them are very easy. Some of them are like you never heard of. So doing great. 3, insulin.
Pancreas.
Correct. Thyroxine.
C, the pituitary anterior.
Thyroxine is part of from the word thigh,
So from the thyroid.
thyroid.
It's the parathyroid, right?
Yeah. No, thyroxine is the thyroid. Parathyroid has to do more with the calcium.
Okay.
Yeah. Thyroid, thyroxine has to do with metabolism of the body.
Oh, because in the chart it says the TSH is in the anterior and it stimulates the thyroid to produce it. But it's the thyroid that's producing it then.
Yes, the thyroid is the one that's producing. Yeah, so that's part of the thing about the hormones is you got sometimes a direct connection from the hormone release to the blood, and sometimes it's from one gland to another, then to the blood.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, number 5, estrogen.
Ovaries.
Ovaries, correct. And cortisol.
Adrenal, the cortex.
The cortex, correct. It's important that you guys differentiate between the cortex and the medulla. Okay. C with C, that easy to remember. Okay. Calcitonin has to do with calcium regulation. Anybody guessed it?
The thyroid.
Thyroid, correct? Okay, next is your parathormone.
J.
J.
Yes, so parathyroid, good job. Okay, ACTH.
C. The
C.
pituitary anterior.
Anterior, correct? Hydrocorti, where is it? Hydrocortisone.
A.
B.
A, correct. A. Okay. Gonads, so it has to do with your sexual organs. Gonadotropic hormones.
E. Ovaries.
Well, it's
Or it's
this is one of the glands where the master gland will tell another gland then to form it. So this comes directly from the adrenal gland
okay.
and then indirectly to this. Okay, so it'll be C. So highlight all the C's after we're done, so you kind of know. That's where the pituitary gland comes in as the master gland, connecting to all these hormones. Okay. Glucagon.
G, pancreas.
So it works in opposition with insulin. Okay. T3 or whatever it's called in the triiodothyronine. Thyroid. Oxytocin.
D, pituitary posterior.
Posterior, correct? Progesterone.
E.
Ovaries, E.
Yeah, directly from ovary, correct. Okay. Mineral corticoids, which they might have a different name for them. Let's see.
Cortex.
Adrenal cortex.
I had to Google that one. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the graph. It might be in the graph in the book. But who looked it up?
I did. I got the adrenal gland cortex, A.
Yeah. Correct, Amanda. Where did we stop? Oh, okay. Epinephrine.
B, adrenal medulla.
Medulla, yes. Medulla. Okay. Thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH.
C, anterior pituitary.
Correct. Testosterone.
F,
Yeah.
testes.
Yes.
Testes.
Norepinephrine.
Is the adrenal gland medulla.
Correct. They come together, these two. Okay. 21, growth hormone.
T,
What is it?
C,
C, yes. C, correct. The anterior lobe of the pituitary. Then we have corticosteroids.
A, adrenal cortex.
Yeah. See, this book has like it's kind of everything, the workbook. But when we go now to the questions, you're gonna see again, they're gonna end up focusing on certain glands than others, because they're gonna be more common. Okay, good job, awesome. How about we do this one together? Yes?
Mhm.
Okay, so we have the adrenocorticotropin, whatever. And what's short for that? The short is ACTH. Okay. Aldosterone. Now we have your other page with you, so might help. Calicotine, cortisol, estrogen, follicle stimulating hormone, glucagon, insulin, lacto or prolactin, luteinizing hormone. I didn't talk about it, but it's in the graph. Oxytocin, parathyroid, progesterone, TSH. So we pretty much got most of them. Okay, do I have to 8, 9, 10? Okay, is this too small or is it all right?
It's all right.
Because you have the book too. Okay, we'll just do this and we don't need to see the.
So I have a question. Like number 2 promotes the lining of the uterus to thicken in preparation for fertilization. Oh, is that like follicle stimulating hormone?
Yeah, we're gonna go through them in a second, right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go. Let's start with number 1. This way we have everything in order. Okay, so we did all of these. We did great. And I'll leave that number 1 for you. Number 2, okay? So let's start with number 1. And okay, let's go. Marlene, you want to start with number 1? Or it doesn't have to be any person. Let's see who gets it. So antagonistic to insulin produced by the same gland. So antagonist, you know how we have muscle agonist, antagonist, so it does the opposite. So which one does the opposite of insulin?
Glucagon.
Yeah, correct. Glucagon is the one. Where is
Letter G.
G? Okay. Number 2, promotes the lining of the uterus to thicken in preparation for fertilization. Which one did you say this one was? So it has to be with the sexual organ
Progesterone.
hormones, right?
Uh,
Which one you
I-
said?
Progesterone.
Progesterone, correct, yes.
Someone said it, but
Yeah, it's in the book. It's there. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Correct. Mhm. Okay, number 3, the anterior pituitary hormone that regulates female cycle. Also, you find it in the what do you call that? In the table. If nobody gets it, I can tell you.
Is it FSH?
Estrogen?
That regulates the female cycle.
The F?
Yeah.
The F, the follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, number 4, stimulates development of secretory parts of the mammary glands.
I, lactogenic hormone.
Um,
Would that be I?
progesterone.
Oh, it's progesterone? Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay, no problem. Next, we got direct regulation from the menstrual cycle. Direct. Try that again, Malik.
Direct. I don't know. Follicle stimulating or luteinizing. I don't know.
Well, you said estrogen for the stimulating and development of secretions of the glands, right?
Oh no, I said lactogen.
Okay.
Lactogenic
Okay.
hormone.
No. Okay.
Estrogen?
Estrogen, yes, estrogen. It's gonna regulate the menstrual cycle. When people have off with their estrogen, their first thing that gets affected is their cycle is off.
Really?
Yeah. So it makes a woman woman. So okay, number 9, stimulates thyroid to produce thyroxine. So you can go to the thyroid box and look at what stimulates the production of thyroxine. What stimulates thyroid? The word stimulating is in the hormone name.
Okay, TSH,
Which one?
TSH.
Yeah, NASH. Alrighty. Again, some of them are good knowledge, some of them make sense, and some of them is kind of like very new knowledge. But so far we're doing good. Decreased calcium in the blood, number 7.
C.
C. Calcitonin. Sounds good. Stimulates mammary glands to secrete milk,
Skip number
Oh, we
8.
skipped 8.
which is increased calcium level in the blood. Oh, yeah, I did the decrease.
Oh,
So the decrease is correct. What is the opposite of that works as antagonist to it?
L-parathermal?
Yeah,
Parathermal?
parathermal. Yeah, from the parathyroid. Correct. Okay, so we did the decrease and the increase of the calcium levels. And in a second, I'll jot down with you slowly the diseases and the dysfunctions together. Makes it easy. All right, increased calcium level in the blood. Awesome. Number 9, stimulates mammary gland to secrete milk. So in pregnancy,
Lactogenic hormone.
yeah, or we call it what?
Prolactin.
Prolactin. Prolactin. Okay, cool. Number 10, help protects the body during stress and stimulates the adrenal cortex. You might have to look that up.
That's the it's A.
A. Short for
Corticotropin.
yeah. Short for ACTH. Okay, kind of a mouthful. Okay. Good. And what's left? Necessary for glucose to be taken up by the cells.
Insulin.
Yes, highlight that as much as you can. Insulin, super important. Okay, awesome. Now here on next page, we're not gonna answer those. We're just gonna go first talk about them a little bit, which are the disorders of the hormones. So we have about 13 of those. Okay, so we'll talk about those first. Then we'll either I give you time to do them or we do them together. Probably give you time to do them as you see fit. And then after that, we have the final multiple choice that you can take. Okay. Okay, let me get the book out so I think that'll be easier for the book.
I just missed one of the answers, if you don't mind. What was the answer to number 8? I wasn't sure.
A is an apple.
Number 8.
Number 8 is
in the matching part. It was the only answer I did miss the answer to that one.
Calcium level in the blood.
Yes, I wasn't sure if I had it right.
It's the parathormone.
Okay, so yes, I did. Thank you.
Thought I had the book open. Did I close it by mistake? I might have. Okay, shall we, would you like to highlight in the book or create flashcards? Where's the book? Flashcards, am I going too fast?
Highlight? Oh.
Let's see, where's the book? Thought I have it. Oof. Too much?
I didn't realize I was online.
It's all good. It's all great. No problem. Yeah.
Okay.
You feel like giving us a 5-minute break?
Yeah. You want to do a 5-minute break? Yeah, absolutely. Go stretch, drink some water, and then we'll come back with pathology. 5-10 minutes, no problem. Turn off your camera. When you're ready, come back, open it up.
Okay.
I'm gonna highlight those things for you guys. Hi, Jonah, Summer. Just wanted to touch base a little bit. I saw a lot of frustration, heard a lot of frustration, and I felt a lot of negativity on your part today in the class. Just want you to know that I understand your frustration, and I'm trying my best to make things as clear as possible. If that seems to be not good enough, you need more in-person help, let me know. But I would do appreciate that next time on Zoom that you just make an appointment, email. Uh, you can email me with your frustration. You can email Ms. Wade with your frustration, any solutions, any things you need. But I would really appreciate it if we're in class and you do not um, show your frustration in person, okay? Okay, you guys feeling ready to continue?
Yeah, I'm still doing the activity.
Which activity?
I was reading something for the identification part
Oh, we're
of
not
the
there yet.
workbook. Mhm.
And page 162?
Yeah, no, I was just reading something about it.
Okay, well, you're ahead of us, which is great. So you don't have to do anything yet. I'm gonna go over the pathologies on the book right now. And you can do flashcards of those or highlight the same thing in your book. And we'll go from there. Okay, sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay, so pathologies of the endocrine system has to do with the gland, whether it is overactive or underactive. So that's one of the things that would create disease from the glands, from the endocrine system, or because of malfunction endocrine system. And what else I wanted to say about that? It could be happening maybe from a disease that enters the glands, destroys the glands. It could be injury, trauma, um, nutrition. Having poor nutrition can really affect the glands. So radiation, stuff like that. But it's usually going to be active or underactive. So we're going to, if it's highly active or overactive, it's going to have the word hyper, okay, prefix before, or hypo, which is underactive. So we're going to start with the first one, your pituitary. So hyperpituitarism is most notably observed as a production of excessive amount of growth hormones. So what a person would have is called giantism. So they will have like very large features. Their jaw could be extremely large. They look like a giant for real, but in a regular person's body. But they're do you guys want to see a picture, or are you good? Or you can look it up on your phone. Just put giantism and you will see like the structure of the face kind of look a little bit scary. Okay, what else that's not there but you should know about? Okay, so we saw it said the pituitary has to do with our growth hormone, right? So it's with our growth and development. So if that affects the person before puberty, they will get to this giantism. If it's after puberty, post. Hello, we're back. I don't know what happened. Okay, I put an extender too. Okay, and if it's after, do you see my content?
No.
No.
Always make sure that you see content. Okay, so you can follow. Sometimes the face and the voice not enough. Okay, and if it's post puberty, it could be this condition where the bones of the hand, feet, and face and spine enlarge in a condition called acromegaly. Okay, with excessive growth, also of soft tissue, so the lips are really large and all that kind of stuff. So overproduction, overgrowth, very straightforward. Now, the hypopituitarism can result from the opposite of having inadequate stimulus to the hypothalamus and from destruction to the gland itself. So bodily function gets affected, like the blood pressure gets affected, reproduction, growth. In other words, a failure to thrive, that would be the main problem, right? So undergrowth, overgrowth. All right, next we got our thyroid. Very common, very important to know. Massage can extremely help people with hypo or hyperthyroidism. So hyper is excessive, so the function of the thyroid gland is going to be over the top, and the thyroid gland can enlarge. So sometimes the symptoms of hyperthyroidism can associate a goiter, which is like a ball in the throat, and it can have different size. Mine was smaller. I could see maybe like a tennis ball. But there's somebody I saw in church was she's like huge, like as big as like this big. It was from another planet. It was scary. And the symptoms is gonna do heart palpitation, so you can feel your heart sometimes all of a sudden rapid or inconsistent. Can't sleep, always nervous, irritable. So all these kind of things that affect with it. Graves' disease is a form of hyperthyroidism. So Graves' disease, hyperthyroidism, it's all the same type of stuff. But one characteristic that people have goiter is the bulging eyes. Their eyes will be like sticking out like the ball. Like you can see like pressure in the balls of the eyes. Okay. I didn't have that. I had hyper. Okay. And so with hyper, people tend to also lose weight. With hypo is the opposite. People maybe gain weight and they're more sluggish. Hyper, your metabolism, everything's working faster than it needs to, and the body, of course, can't keep up. But it doesn't mean you have a lot of energy. It's not. It's opposite. You don't have good energy. Okay. Now I'm not sure about those medications, but here to destroy some of the thyroid gland with radio, I don't believe that's a good thing, but they do that with radioactive iodine therapy. Oh, iodine. Maybe it'll work. Okay, and I never heard, I don't know about it to tell you personal opinion, but this is what they do is radioactive iodine and surgically remove part of the thyroid gland. Not a good idea. Okay, there's all alternative way to deal with the thyroid.
Yeah, when it says radioactive, I get a little skeptical about putting it into my body.
No, I don't think so. It's just like how because if they cannot deal with something, let's destroy it. And then, okay, we destroy everything. At least we destroyed it. And you destroyed what? A lot of things. And you can really rehabilitate if you understand why this person got it in the first place. In books, it's always going to say about minerals or this and that. But you understand that the emotions, right, affect all our secretions in our body, correct? So I feel like a lot of it is environmental and emotional. Hyperthyroidism, on the other hand, is a condition of deficient thyroid activity. Symptoms are the opposite of the hypothyroidism. So patients have lower heart rate, they're very sluggish mentally and physically. They could be bloated, sometimes also gain weight, but it doesn't say it here, but they do gain weight. Weakness in their muscles, okay? Now, this another condition here called cretinism is that congenital hypothyroidism. So you're kind of born with it, right? At birth, something off with the thyroid gland. And they help it with some medication, thyroxine supplements will make the difference, I guess. Oh, but here we go. Just to continue here, the lack of it in young children will create dwarfism, right? So they won't develop properly. Now let's talk about the parathyroid glands, which are behind the thyroid. Again, is going to be hyper or hypoparathyroidism. The hyper part, you lose the calcium from the bone very fast. Just like in the hypothyroidism, your metabolism is going faster than it used to. The heart rate is going up and all that stuff. Here, the bone, the calcium that forms the bone, excessive secretion of the calcium and the potassium from the kidneys. So what happens? You're losing the calcium in the joints and in the bone, so you become more brittle and prone to fracture. So you're going to age much faster. You don't want to age. That's terrible, unless you have a lot of money and people to take care of you. So next, hypothyroidism, parathyroidism, results in low calcium. So the blood calcium makes the nervous activity hypersensitive. So we talked about calcium is needed to create muscle contraction for the body. So calcium is needed as an ion to elicit the impulse. So people that lack in that, it's going to create the sensitivity in that nervous system. And the main characteristics of it is tetany. So tetany is like a constant or sustained muscle contraction that usually affects the hands and the feet. So they're constantly like rigid, in other words. All righty. Pathologies of the endocrine system are pretty simple. Now let's get to the pancreas, and you have most common disease beside heart disease is diabetes, which is called diabetes mellitus. It's decreased problem is decreased output of insulin by the pancreatic islets, which is cells in the pancreas. So we said glucose. I'm going to read this because it's really beneficial for you to go along. So when insulin is deficient, blood glucose is elevated. So when we eat, food gets broken down, carbohydrates into sugars. The sugars will go through the bloodstream. From there, insulin comes in. And if you don't have any insulin, then the blood glucose will elevate, okay? And it's not going to transport to the cell membrane where you need it to go to the cell. And so if there's not enough glucose in the cell for proper metabolism, what happens, the glucose is not used by the body. So the blood glucose remains high, and glucose is discharged by the kidney in the urine. So since we don't use it, then the blood is going to get filtered, right? The blood is going to go get filtered by the kidneys. And then the excess sugar is going to go to the kidney and you're going to dispose of it. So glucose goes into the kidney, and that's a major sign of diabetes. And without the use of glucose in metabolism, the body, what does it do? Restores to abnormal breaking down of proteins and fats. So the easiest form of energy for the body use is carbohydrates. The easiest and the most abundant is sugar, but is the easiest for the body to use for energy all the time. As you move, glucose, as you think, glucose is great. Now, if the body has to go to break down protein and fats to do that, you're exhausting the body. And you might take the protein and the fats that you really need for the other functions of like building the bones and manufacturing of hormones and cell membranes and all that stuff, okay? So it's like you're having the body do extra work. We don't need that. With long term, it's going to have serious complication. It's going to affect your metabolism. It's going to affect, it's going to increase fats in your blood and all that stuff. And decrease the pH, which is not a good thing. You need to have a good pH for a good environment in the blood. So that's the idea. Okay, so overall, what happens also with increased blood lipids, I mean, now what happens to the fat? It's going to be in the blood, right? And then it's going to create arteriosclerosis, hardening, or plaque buildup on the arteries. That's why sometimes people that have diabetes end up having heart problems. So circulation becomes poor, and that's sometimes the extremities, they get with, what do you call those? With severe cases, they get amputations. So the gangrene doesn't spread and create more dead tissue. In case you didn't know this information, it's kind of good information. Okay, then you have poor circulation to the retina, then they have problems seeing, they get blindness, so vascular disease happens, the legs have poor circulation and get gangrene, all that stuff that I said. I hope you find that useful, okay? Now, of course, treatment is diet, and people have a very hard time doing diet with diabetes because people medicate through diet. Okay, so you need to find the real cause of it. It's not like people can be forced to go ahead and do dietitian and get the exact diet you need, but it's all going to be forced. At the end of the day, when they're depressed, they're going to go back to what they usually do, okay? Exercise is always great to regulate the body, strengthen the body in all ways. And some people, they have to take insulin injection or some sort of pills to regulate all of this. So yeah, so diabetes is, it's pretty sad. Could be genetic too, and stress induced and all that stuff. Okay, one last note here about the glucagon, which is also produced by the islets cells in the pancreas. They have an antagonist effect, which is the opposite of insulin. So if insulin is there to come and take the sugar and facilitate it and take it to the cell for energy, glucagon does the opposite. So when there's not enough sugar in the blood, because sugar is a nutrient, okay? It just has a bad rap because of how we use it and how we process that. So when the glucose level in the blood is low, glucagon acts to convert what? Glycogen that's stored in the liver to glucose and put more glucose in the blood. So you get a double whammy on that. Let's hope nobody gets diabetes. All right. Now let's talk about the adrenal gland and its dysfunctions, also hyper and hypo. If it's hyper, then it's an excessive release of the hormone into the bloodstream, which we considered crushing syndrome. So hyperadrenalism is crushing syndrome. So results from excessive glucocorticoid production and is characterized by obesity, especially in the trunk, muscle weakness, elevated blood sugar, hypertension, and atherosclerosis. So they'll have the side effects of pretty much diabetes, but they don't have diabetes yet. But they have the plaque happening, they have the blood pressure problem, they have the sugar problem, muscle weakness problem. Now, on the other hand, so Cushing and Edison, they kind of do the opposite diseases. So the hypoadrenalism is due to failure of the cortex to produce the two hormones, okay, which is characterized by weight loss, muscle fatigue, atrophy. So everything that really affecting the blood, strength, blood pressure, skin pigmentation. So that leaves us with, I think that's it. Make sure I got them. Oh, I got the beaches. One moment. Okay. So yeah, so all you got to do, I would probably put those two on flashcards. Oh, like I would put the disease on what the name of the disease, put on the other side like the characteristic of the disease. Okay. And as we study and as we go through more in the class, you can write more stuff about whether it's indicated or contraindicated, because in chapter 6, which is after we finish all of this, we're going to talk a lot more about indicated or contraindicated. Do we give massage, not give massage for every single disease? Alrighty, so that would do it. A lot of brain stuff. Okay, so what we have left, let me minimize this, bring this up, is identifying now those diseases, whether is this a hyper or hypo, and then we find which hormone is affecting. We have about, I believe you have 13, yes? So in the first column is gonna be hypo or hyper, excessive or low, and the name of the hormone. Then we have this test where it is 12 questions or more, 20 questions. How's the brain power? You guys are hungry? Okay, you can eat while you do the test. Okay, so let's take about what, 30 minutes, give or take? Or shall we do it together step by step? Pick up, girls, ladies.
I'm good to do it on my own.
Yeah, if you learn better on your own, take it, relax and do that. I suggest you do that. Okay.
32.
Okay, so let's do 30 minutes. You need more time, just say need more time. Okay?
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
We're doing the multiple choice on page 163.
Yes, and you're doing also the identification of the condition, whether it's hypo or hyper, and from which hormone.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Would you like guys 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do till 2:30, okay? So that gives us at least half hour to do the answers, okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Sorry, I missed that. What was it?
We're going until 2:30 to finish.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Robin. I was unmuted. Beautiful. 2:30. Leslie, you're back?
I am.
Okay, so we have 10 more minutes. So maybe if you would like to do the multiple choice, the 20 questions.
On the workbook?
Yeah, page 163 till 165. Do as many as you can in the 10 minutes, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. All righty, Leslie, good to have you back. I hope you got a few of those questions done.
I got a few.
Okay, everyone, how you feeling about this? Coming together?
Yep.
Comme ci, comme ça? Okay,
I'm missing still some, but I just didn't find them, so I want to wait for everybody.
okay, that sounds good. We can go together. Okay, so let's see. Share the document.
It is freezing.
It's cold. I had a yoga class this morning and I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? It's outdoor too.
Ugh.
Mm.
I'm like, nobody showed up, so I was like, "Good." I love when people show up, but when it's freezing, it's gotta be like some cardio blasting yoga. Okay. Okay, right document. Let's share the screen. Okay. Alrighty, let's identify giantism. Is it a hyper or hypo activity?
Hyper.
All right, and which hormone?
HGH.
Yeah, the growth hormone. Correct. All right, next, Addison disease, hypo or hyper?
Hypo.
Hyper.
Hypo, correct. And which hormones?
Aldosterone and
Yep,
cortisol.
correct. Great. Graves' disease, hypo or hyper?
Hyper.
Correct. And what is the name of the hormone?
It's with the thyroxine and threodothyronine.
Thyroxine is sufficient. Great job.
Okay.
Number 4, hypo or hyper, which is masculinizing abnormal hairiness. Male features, right? Male characteristics.
I got
Hyper.
Hypo?
Hyper.
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 Hyper what, Tony?
Testosterone.
Correct. Okay, let's try the next one, Leslie. Number 5, tetany.
Oh, wow. I left that one blank.
Because actually, you wouldn't pay attention to it till if somebody will highlight it for you. Okay, so let's have Robin do it.
Hypo.
Okay, hormone.
The parath hormone.
Parathormone. Correct, Amanda. Okay, we're getting somewhere with those diseases. Matter of repetition and no negativity. Okay, number 6. Number 6. Who got this? Hypo or hyper? Slow heart rate, sluggishness, and mental activity.
Hyper.
It's
Um,
low
hypo?
heart rate, sluggishness.
It's hypo, right?
Yeah. So everything that's hyper, it's overactive, and hypo is underactive.
Oh, I thought it was the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, I know, because you're answering right now. I'm picking on a pattern, and you were not here. So, okay, because it seems like you had confidence in it. Okay, cool. Thyroxine, did you say?
No, I didn't say anything, but I think it is thyroxine.
Okay, so yeah, so thyroxine, thyroid, remember, thyroid has to do with metabolism,
Mhm.
how your activity of your body, like a battery, kind of. So slow
Yeah.
heart rate, sluggish, physical, mental, everything's down. Has to do with metabolism. Okay, now number 7, spontaneous abortion. Not unintentional, natural.
mm,
So let's think about the hormone first. So it has to do with abortion, has to do with the sexual organs, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about their hormones. What are they called?
Progesterone.
Mm-hmm. Right. And Tony?
Estrogen.
And estrogen. Okay, that means are they hyper or hypo in this case?
Hypo.
Hypo.
When your
It's
numbers
not able, yeah, so it's not able to keep the baby or contact the baby to the placenta and keep the placenta on the wall, so it aborts. Okay, number 8, acromegaly in an adult.
Hyper.
Okay, yes. And has
And the
which
growth
hormone?
hormone.
Yes, correct, Mundo. Number 9, decalcification of bones, making them brittle and prone to fracture.
Hyper.
Hyper, and it is from
The
the
Paris hormone.
yes, calcium, parathermone.
Paris hormone.
Parathermone, yeah, here we go. Number 10, high blood glucose and glucose in the urine.
Hypo,
Correct?
and it's insulin.
Yes, our famous diabetes. Beautiful. Number 11, Cushing syndrome.
Hyper.
It's a hyper.
With the cortisol.
Close. It's
I'm sorry. I put the cortisol and then I put the glucorticoid.
correct.
Yeah.
So that happens when you take a lot of corticosteroids too, right?
I think so.
So like people who have like the round moon face.
Yeah, do you know anybody?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, I actually got it because they put me on a really high dose of steroids at one point. So
Oh my God. So how did you feel? Like for real?
terrible and fat.
Give us some details. Come on, like medical stuff, medical terms.
I mean, I gained like 30 pounds in 5 days. So
Oh my
yeah.
God. So you ballooned like a
And then my back just like my whole body actually broke out in these like blisters. So
man. So
yeah.
how far back was this?
This was in 2020 and it lasted for a good like 2, 3 months.
Oh God, that's the time of COVID. 2, 3 months.
Mhm.
So that
It
was
got,
your COVID technically.
yeah.
Wow. Life-changing 2020. So you know how it to feel debilitated and sick. Were you ever sicker than this? Than that
I
incident?
mean, it really wasn't sick. I had just gone like blind in my one eye, so they put me on like a crazy amount of steroids.
So you
And then
couldn't see, you couldn't stand, right? You couldn't.
yeah,
Okay, so you don't call that sick?
yeah.
Sick? All right, thanks for sharing. Let's go to the number 12, dwarfed stature and mental retardation.
It's hypo.
Yes, since it's smaller, everything correct, and has to do with
I put down thyroxine, but
yes, yes,
I
it
don't.
is. Mhm. You got this one. Failure of reproductive organs to mature.
Another hypo.
Yes, the failure gives it away. Good job. I'm silly, silly. Next, what do you think? Since it's got to do with reproductive organs, so you would think will be.
Pituitary.
No, let's think this. Pituitary is really high, and reproductive is really low.
Okay.
And usually, the gland will have function in that zone, and sometimes through other glands, it can transfer to different areas of the body. But this one has to do with making a baby. Can you remember the hormones, male, female hormones?
What, the testosterone and the estrogen?
Yes, ma'am.
Progesterone?
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, reproductive, it's both.
Okay. Yeah, I saw on Google, they call it a hypogonadism.
Yeah, because gonads has to do what gonads mean is the ovaries and the testes, the sexual cells.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So let's make a fun game. I'm gonna ask the question, then I'm gonna pick the person. And you just give an answer. If it's wrong, no problem. I pick another person like that. Or whoever knows will say the answer. Okay, various skin and intestinal glands belong to which category? And Malika.
Oh gosh. I don't know,
I guess
donors.
because I don't see your face on the icon.
Oh, it's here. I have my camera on. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pass. I don't know it.
Okay. Can anybody tell me what's the difference between endocrine and exocrine? Like definition wise, or
So
or
exocrine,
characteristic, anything about it that's different?
exocrine is excretes
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
through what?
through your skin and
Yeah, but through what physically?
oh starts with a T.
Take a moment to come for the name, but it has the same idea like a blood vessel that you push the blood through it, right?
Ducts.
Correct. So there is a duct to the exocrine to exit towards the skin. Could be sweat or sebum or oil. The exocrine, it kind of it gets secreted directly to the. Where does it get secreted to? Where does the hormone get dumped into?
to the cell bodies, the organs. I don't know.
That's all. Let's think before that.
Yeah.
For
What?
everybody to answer, I'm just picking your brain. So I'm gonna put,
Is it the dot?
I'm gonna put food in my mouth to eat it, right? So the direction of where the food is going is my mouth.
Mhm.
So what's the medium that the hormone is put into? So when you get a tincture or when you get like a dropper, you put few drops in a medium, which is water. What is the medium that the glands put their stuff in?
The hormone?
Blood and the lymph.
Yes, correct. Blood in the lymph. This is the best way to learn, I think. If it's boring, I'm sorry. All right. So what's your answer? Who wants to take this question? Kelly? Well, hold on, Kelly. I'm sorry. I'm alike. I didn't give you a chance to choose. I was doing all this. Sorry, Kelly, you're next.
It's okay.
Exocrine.
That's correct.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Number 2, Kelly. Glands that depend on blood and lymph to carry their secretions belong where?
To the endocrine group.
Endocrine group. All right, perfect. Okay, let's do Tony. Insulin causes
A decrease in the level of blood glucose.
correct. Robin, number 4, endocrine glands secrete chemicals called
Hormones, C.
hormones. C. Number 5, the gland that has both exocrine and endocrine qualities, that means they can release both ways, are the
Pancreas.
correct. Number 6, Amalika, Leslie, sorry. The body's metabolism is regulated by which gland?
Wait a minute.
The thyroid?
Correct. Excellent. All righty. Robin, the hormone that represses or resolves conditions of inflammation is?
Cortisol.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. Correct. Let's see.
Cortisol?
I was trying to figure out who to pick next. Let's do Kelly again. The pituitary gland is called the master gland. Why?
Because it regulates and coordinates the functions of all other glands.
Correct. Okay, Tony, number 9. It is known that the action of the thymus hormone is related to
So T cells, so antibody production.
correct. Number 10, good job. Let's do Robin. No, did I do Kelly? Robin. Leslie. I got it. A deficiency in the hormone from the parathyroid gland will produce what dysfunction, you think? So this hormone has to do with the calcium. I already give you.
D, the imbalance in the calcium level of the body.
Yes. So it makes sure that it balances it out. So we don't have excess or so. Okay, so what do we have next? Let's do Kelly, number 10. 11. A person having an increase in the production of thyroxine would be most likely to be?
C, an increase in metabolic rate.
Awesome. I'm trying to finish all the questions before 3. Number 12. Let's do Amalika.
Okay.
No,
The hormones secreted by the ovaries are important to the development of secondary sex characteristics and normal menstruation.
that's D, correct?
E.
Yeah, D as in David. Okay, now let's see. Robin, 13.
As a rule, most hormone concentrations in the blood are controlled by D, negative feedback mechanisms.
Correct. Alrighty, let's do Kelly, number 13.
14.
Yeah, 14. There are 4 small glands located in the back of the thyroid called?
Parathyroid glands.
Awesome. And next, Tony, an anterior pituitary produces ATCH, which in turn translates to the, just from the name.
Adrenal glands.
Yes, correct. The name of it starts with adrenal. 16, let's go, Leslie. What are these hormones that are secreted from the outer layer of the adrenal cortex? So the adrenal cortex is the outer portion of the gland on top of the kidneys.
Is it growth hormones? No, sex hormones. Sorry.
This one is very difficult. I don't know why it shows you to do it. Maybe I'm picking on you. The answer it's mineralocorticoids. I think you might have it in the graph. It should be made of minerals.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't specify.
Doesn't. That's why I was like, where did you bring that question from? Okay, don't worry too much about it. Tomorrow we're gonna do questions before next class. We will do questions and see how it goes. Or maybe in the morning tomorrow. We'll see. 16, 17. Let's go, Kelly. The thyroid gland has the ability to remove what from the body, which is used in the synthesis of thyroxine and tridothyronine.
I didn't answer that one.
Well, think of logically of it. Usually
I read it and I read it over again, and it was so hard for me. Just give me one moment, I'll read it again.
What mineral usually they say, oh, you're missing because
Iodine.
which one? What did you say?
Me? No,
Somebody.
I didn't say.
Oh,
It wasn't me.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'll give you the answer. It's iodine.
I'm sorry, I don't know. It's
Number B. Don't worry, I'll give you another one.
okay.
Okay, let's see.
Hmm.
The one category of steroids called mineral corticoids, that's how it is supposed to be said. Okay, what one category of the, whoever knows the answer says this. I'll come back to you, Kelly, in a second. So one category of the steroids called mineral corticoids.
C, regulate fluid and electrolyte balance.
In the balance, yes. Electrolytes and liquids in the body. Minerals, yes. Minerals, electrolytes, same. Okay, the female counterpart to testosterone is Tony?
Estrogen.
Correct. Alrighty, next. Let's see. Robin. A person born without a functioning thyroid gland will suffer from
D for tenism. For
yes,
tenism.
so weird. Who remembers any of these things? Okay. I hope they don't ask any of these questions. We got 7 minutes. Since we have 7 minutes, let's try a pair of questions. Yes?
Are we doing the A, B, and P?
Yes. Just wanna let's see. Alice, you don't mind for the couple more minutes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it just one part got too fast for me and I got the answers, but I don't know if I got them right, and it was number 6 and 7. For number
Question
6,
6. Question 6?
yes,
Okay, the body metabolism is regulated by which
I chose the adrenal.
no, metabolism is because of the thyroid, yeah? Just link those two together.
Okay, thank you.
Thyroid metabolism is in the neck.
Okay, and the next one,
Hypothyroidism, think of it like that. Hypothyroidism.
okay.
Yeah, low energy, blah, 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 all that stuff. Okay, what's the other one?
And the other one was the number 7. I answered D, cortisol.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, let's start. Oh, these are pathologies. Okay, we'll do pathology and do one regular. Sounds good? In both types of diabetes, the body is unable to produce adequate supply of what chemical?
Insulin.
Okay, a common symptom of insulin shock is? That was not in our book. Maybe I should get you into that.
Dizziness.
Dizziness.
Awesome. Okay, who got this? One benefit of therapeutic massage for someone suffering from diabetes would be?
Stress reduction.
That's a good answer. Let's see.
I don't know. I mean,
And what else can you do for them, you know? Maybe a
Right.
little boost circulation, but stress is definitely, anytime you have cut circulation, you're going to build up some sort of stress somehow, somewhere. A common symptom of diabetes is low pain threshold, red blood cell count, excessive thirst.
D.
Huh?
that's a,
That's if they're
yeah.
Okay, Crohn's disease characterized by excessive thirst, not Crohn's disease, sorry, characterized by excessive thirst, excessive urination, low potassium level, muscle weakness, high blood pressure, and over alkaline blood, is a result of overproduction of which hormone?
aldosterone. What do you guys think?
I think so too. B.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are 3 symptoms of Cushing syndrome?
I know these ones.
Rounded, rosy
A.
face, upper body weight gain, and fatigue. A.
A common complication of diabetes is
Infection.
hallucination, huh?
Infection.
Infection, yeah.
Correct. Low circulation, low length, everything. One benefit of massage therapy for someone with diabetes would be, we just did that. Not
Stress.
exactly, but something similar. So benefit of massage for someone with diabetes would be, the benefit is to increase the heart rate, increase the blood pressure, decrease the oxygen saturation, or decrease the muscle pain. Think about it.
D. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
D.
it's the only thing.
Makes sense, right? Unless you overthink and you start thinking about oxygen, right? Or you start to think more about the circulation. The blood pressure. No, it should do the opposite. Okay, a contraindication for massage related to a client with diabetes would be contraindication, meaning no massage, no, you don't
D.
recommend massage.
D.
D.
Adenitis is a general term for inflammation of, so itis. So we need to figure out what ADEN stands for. Is it the immune system, the lymph vessels, the hypothalamus, or a gland?
I think it's a gland. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
Because it says general term, so it wouldn't be the hypothalamus because that's
Right.
specific.
That's right. True that. Okay. Yeah, a gland. Let's see.
Let's see. I think we did 100%.
Wow, guys.
I don't know. I think maybe my method works at some level. Or you guys are smart too.
That was all about diabetes.
I know.
What did I tell you? They're gonna focus a lot on specific stuff. That's why there's no need to panic about all the stuff that's there that you need to learn everything. You need to have everything. You need to know everything. You need to listen to the signs and see what comes, explore all angles, all tests, and you understand what I mean, right? I have to write that book first for all the new people. There you go. Subject study, anatomy and physiology, and to the endocrine system. These are the regular questions, okay? Not pathologies. And we'll do some more next class. Okay, what are the peptides found in many parts of the body that functions as natural painkillers and are also linked to memory, learning, pleasure, sensation, etc.?
D.
Endorphin.
And abnormal disease decrease in T3 and T4 secretions in the thyroid gland, leading to weight gain, lethargy, and intolerance to cold is known as
Hypothyroidism.
Hypo, yeah.
growth hormone is produced by the
Thyroid. No.
It's
by the
uh,
master gland. Wow, which one? See?
Yeah.
Correct.
Uh,
You were not here for this. Come on, you're doing good. The adrenal glands are located.
On top of each kidney.
Correct. Okay, so people get like, oh, I have to read all this and understand. Yeah, but it's not that bad. During the check-in process at the beginning of her massage appointment, your client expresses overwhelm due to 3 major life events happening simultaneously: her daughter's wedding, a prom at work, and placing her husband's mother in assisted living care. As you begin the session with a resting hold, you see that the client's breathing is shallow and a very quick pulse and tense muscles under your hands. Which hormone is likely to be the culprit of these autonomic physiological responses?
cortisol.
cortisol, yeah.
Oh,
Is it epinephrine?
What?
Hold on. Okay, hold on. So she's in the,
Fight or flight?
yeah. So
So is it epinephrine?
they really stooped us on that one.
I know.
no, it's, yeah, so we have one on top, one on the bottom. Okay? And both have to do with regulating the sympathetic. Which gland is the site of T cells maturation and is larger in children than adults?
Thymus.
Thyroid.
Thymus.
Which gland located,
Is the thyroid also larger in children? Just the thymus.
No, the thymus for sure.
That's what you said in class earlier. Okay.
Thyroid, but somehow something in me remembers something. I can't remember it right now. Maybe when it's diseased, but there is something I remember about maybe it shrinking, but not because of something natural, maybe.
Okay.
I'm going to check because it's ringing a bell in my ear. Now, which gland located on the trachea? Trachea, right?
Mhm.
Has only tissue in the body that uses iodine.
Thyroid.
Right.
Thyroid.
That's a nice question, right?
Yes.
Okay, continue. In addition to being a natural painkiller, this peptide is linked to memory, learning, and pleasure sensation.
Endorphins.
Endorphins.
Which of the following is not an anterior pituitary hormone?
Hmm.
D.
Follicle.
I think C too.
C?
C is in cat, right? Oh.
I was thinking melatonin.
Yes, I said melatonin too.
Well, you guys would have been right.
Well, no problem. The outer portion of the adrenal gland that produces cortisol is the adrenal
Cortex.
One second, guys. Hello?
Oh.
It's Miss Way. Hey, hon. In class, like, if you want to, can you just wait 2 minutes? We have a couple questions left. Okay, I'll call you in 2 minutes. Bye. Okay.
Okay, it's 3 o'clock. We're good,
Oh,
right?
3 o'clock. We already finished it. She called exactly when we were done. Okay, good job, everyone. I hope you feel okay about this. We're gonna leave respiratory system till Thursday.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Bless on everyone.
See you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Tomorrow,
Bye.
yeah. See you tomorrow for sure. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Hallway.